Okay, so people feel that religion is the best thing, the greatest thing that ever walked this earth. They think if it wasn't for Jesus Christ, they wouldn't be where they're at. How long has Jesus been alive? They said. I think for billions. I think he's been around for billions of years. He's even so. Um, we are eternal. We live forever. So it cannot. I don't know how to say this. It's like, I don't think, if I'm talking right now, I don't think people will understand unless they have gone through that experience themselves. What am I talking about? When I taken ayahuasca, when I took ayahuasca, I realized that we are eternal, that we live forever, because we have reincarnated multiple times, lived multiple lifetimes. Death is the physical body, the spirit leaving the physical body and entering a different body. Okay, that when you enter a different body, you reincarnate. When you enter a different form, a material, like you can enter. So let's say if I die, I can become a car in my next life, or I can become a rock, or I can become the tree, or I can become the air, or I can become a planet. The possibilities are endless. Okay, it depends where you're at on the spiritual spectrum. This is not a fantasy. This is reality. This is the world, the universe we live in. So, when people say you couldn't do the things that you do without Jesus, that is not true. When you are being born in this world, when you was born, was that due to Jesus' hands? No, it was not. It was not due to his hands. Okay? You know, people keep saying the fact that I'm gonna tell you, like I said before, I'm gonna talk from my experience. Jesus did not help me expel these things out of my body. Okay, I went to church. Why didn't they talk about entities living in the human body? Why didn't they talk about parasites controlling the mind, controlling the soul, attaching themselves to the soul? Why didn't they talk about that? I went to church when I was younger, and I was going through a lot. You know what their solution to the problem was? Baptism. That was it. And praying. That did not help me. Okay? These things that live in your body, they laugh when you pray. Alright? They laugh at you when you pray and thinking that you could expel them out by these means. You can't. Changing your diet is not enough, because when you change your diet, they will hit you harder. Okay? Because you disrupt the frequency they were living on. So they will do everything in their power to take you out, to kill you. This is why you see a lot of vegetarians, vegans going back to eating meat, because it's too painful. Do you know why it's too painful? Because they haven't taken ayahuasca, they haven't taken powerful medicine plants to expel the stuff that's in their body. That's why. So this is the reason why they quit, and this is the reason why they don't keep moving forward. And it's not that simple. It's not that hard. It's very simple to understand. Hello. So, yeah, that's how I feel about that. You know, people keep talking and saying the same thing. You know, it's every time one reincarnates or one is born again, and based on whoever is in charge of the information, right? So every time you're born, you enter the world, information is altered and changed. So you don't know what is real information, what is real knowledge. You can't differentiate because you're starting all over again. And the powers that be are changing everything again. People feel that voting helps. People feel that voting changes things. No, it does not. Okay? In 2001, 9/11, 2008, the economy crashed. 2020, coronavirus, Black Lives Matter, the transgender agenda, okay? Race war, bias war, all kinds of, there's a bunch of things being thrown at you. You're saying out of all these years voting, these are the outcome of my labor, these are the outcome of my energy. I'm sending positive energy, but as a result, I'm getting more negatives than positive. So if you're getting more negatives than positive, why are you voting? How does that help you? How does that make the world a better place? If you're getting more negatives than positive. And people will say, well, you know, it's just the balance of things. Well, they will say yin and yang. You know, there's always light and dark, right? Dark is always fighting light. How can two things are destined to be around when they can't even cope together? If they can't cope together, if they can't be around each other, then that means you can't have those things. Okay? Because the natural state of peace is when both sides come together, and when the darkness releases the negativity and joins the peace, the light. So it can never be such thing as yin and yang. Yin and yang cannot exist, because dark will never want to be connected to the light, will never want to do the right thing. It has to be forced. Or it has to realize that pain is too much, and one has to change. So, does voting help? If you watch Adi Forrest, he has a video showing Obama and the triple cross. He has a video stating Obama saying, we need to subjugate the world. We need to make sure that people don't have control. He didn't say directly like that, but he was basically letting us know that we having power, we having control of our lives is not what they want. Any politician, any president that's in power, it doesn't matter if they play a role of good guy, bad guy, they're all the same. None of them are innocent. There's a party right across from me. The kids are in a swimming pool having fun. I like Hispanic music too, but yeah, like I was saying, no president is good to vote for. None of them have our best interests. Okay, Donald Trump, before he was elected, he talked about getting jobs. He talked about his number one thing, getting jobs. You know, making America great again. We all heard this. Making America great again. Making sure we have what we need. Kicking out Hispanic people out of the country. Building a wall. Really? You want to make America great again? Tell me why old people are being kicked out of their homes. Tell me why people are losing their houses, being evicted out of their apartments, going homeless. Tell me why the coronavirus is here. Who caused the coronavirus? The Chinese people. Really? Okay. The Chinese people. You're the president, right? If you're the president, you have the power to stop all these things. This is why we voted for you. Why did you allow this to get so bad? I'll tell you, because they don't care. They don't care about us. They don't care about the people. They never did. If anyone takes the side of Obama or Trump or any president, you're lying to yourself. Stop thinking that Trump, Obama, or any of these presidents are one of us. Stop thinking they're just like you and me. They're not. They were never one of us. Okay? They will not. They don't want to. Okay, when you create a world of darkness, when it's time to relinquish that darkness and to go back to the light or source or home, paradise, you must live in that world you created so you can understand the pain that you inflict on others. That's one of the only ways you can go back. You must live in the pain that you've caused. And this is one of the things I was talking to the girl about. I said to her, I said, you want things to change? Solve your own problems. Solve your own problems. Help your family. Get yourself out. Let them solve, and let the rest of the world figure it out. Let them live through their madness. Okay, you help who you can. You do what you can. But if you're going to follow everyone else, this Black Lives Matter thing, people think that, it's helping. It's helping. I have to ask myself this question. Before the Black Lives Matter hit mainstream media, would people come out on their own and protest on their own? Have you ever seen anybody come out on their own and protest on their own for something that's right? I haven't seen it. I don't see it. I haven't seen people come out on their own without the mainstream media getting involved. Never happened. So if it never happened, okay, and I didn't see it, why is it when things hit mainstream, everyone hops on? Because it's the right thing to do. No. I want you to go outside and say, hey, let's protest about something. Let's protest about this. Let's protest about that. I promise you, let's protest about a topic that's dear to my heart. I promise you, they're not going to follow you. They will look at you like you're stupid. Okay? I remember when my friend wrote his books, and what he was saying in his books were very true. And he went around the whole school, had a seminar, invited people to come listen. Do you know how many people went? Nobody. Nobody went. Do you know that year people went? They had another teacher that was doing he wrote a book about basketball. Do you know everyone praised him? Did you know everybody admired that guy? And this guy was talking about basketball? There's so much things that are going on in the physical realm, the spiritual realm. A man talks about how to free yourself, how to become enlightened, how to go back to home and remember who you are. He talks about love. He talks about evil. He talks about unity. He talks about his own experience, putting himself on the line, his teaching on the line, and nobody went. Nobody went. I'm not saying this all. You can say, well, you getting emotional because no one listened to him. Black Lives Matter is more important to that. No, it's not. Because when he in the book, it was more than just him. It was talking about the whole universe. So how can you ignore that? But now people are talking about Black Lives Matter. But when someone takes it upon themselves and speak out on their own, they don't follow. But when it hits the mainstream media, they follow, and they think it's a good thing. When will people realize the mainstream media it's the same media that's pushing these masks on you? Okay, the same media that lies to people, the same media that kills people, the same media that hire people to work for them, that are transgender. Okay. Obama, all these presidents, all these politicians, they're not for you. They don't care about you. They are the cause that the world that we are living in is the way that it is. We don't have to suffer, okay? We don't have to be here. If this world was peaceful, a lot of us would leave this planet and go back home, where we came from. We would choose something better. We would choose to connect to our source. To God, quote unquote God, not the God in the books, Yes, they have a lot of truth in religion, but religion does tell a lot of lies. This is all I'm saying. This is why I cannot follow the Black Lives Matter movement. Because it's lies. It's lies. There's so much going on in the world. And how can I protest with people where most of those people that I protest, they don't even believe in themselves. Most of the time, they don't even know right from wrong. They're just following the crowd because they think it's cool. Because they think it's right. But I promise you, if they had to stand on their own and make a point or protest on their own, or get people to protest with them on topics that they see that's going on in the world, they won't do it. They won't have the guts to do it. And I know for a fact, because people crack under pressure. And when it comes to speaking the truth, 9 out of 10 times they will tell you a lie, because that's what people want to hear. People love the lie. People love listening to lies than truth, because the truth hurts and lies sugarcoat things. But in reality, a lie is more painful than the truth, because a lie can keep you in hell for a long time. A lie can keep you suffering for eternity, depending on what type of lie it is. This is all I gotta say.